happiness. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. She raised her brows. I only threw the party, Colonel. You and my daughter form the exquisitely happy part. He smiled, and Jessica laughed. Don't we, though? She glanced around. Where is Johnny? He tired and went inside. The Duke had been determined to see his sister wed. He had even walked her to the altar, but that had exhausted his strength. He'd lasted only half an hour under the tents before retiring to the castle. Ah, said Jessica, I shall go see him tomorrow to thank him. Another burst of laughter made her look up, across the lawn to where her younger brother held court. And I would thank Stephen not to start a riot. The Duchess smiled. He would never. Not where you could see him, her daughter murmured archly. By now she had got the little girl settled on her lap, but at this remark the child opened her mouth and gave a wide yawn. Her father murmured in worry, but Jessica simply stroked the girl's hair and smiled. Poor Pippa, we've kept you out here so long. Are you very tired, darling? The little chin set. The child shook her head. No, Pippa, it is time for bed. Where is Asmat? Asked her father, naming the Indian ayah who was the child's nurse. Don't know, said his daughter. She put her arms around Jessica's neck. Want to stay with Mamma? Husband and wife exchanged a glance. Across the grass, the musicians had progressed from stately dances to rollicking country ones, the very sort Jessica loved best. Leave her with me, said the Duchess. No doubt the nursemaid will come soon. Hugging the little girl close, Jessica hesitated. Are you certain, Mamma? She gave a stern look. As if I didn't raise 4 children. I think I shall be able to handle one small girl. She waved her hands to shoo them away. Go, dance and be merry. If you insist. Gently, Jessica deposited the child on the settee in her place. She bent down to speak to the girl, her fair curls brushing the child's dark ones. After a moment's whispered conversation, Jessica rose and took her bridegroom's arm. We shall be right over there, she said. To the Duchess or to the child, it wasn't clear. I know where you will be, said her mother dryly. Have faith, my dear. The Colonel went down on one knee and kissed his daughter's forehead, her face so tiny in his hands. The little girl reached out and held on to a button of his scarlet coat. He murmured something to her, loosened her hand from his coat and kissed her fingers, then rose. Thank you, Mum, he said, bowing again as Lady Jessica made a face of amused impatience at her mother. Send for Asmat if... Yes, yes, she flicked one hand again. One would think you don't trust me. His face blanked with alarm, but Jessica burst out laughing. Of course we do. We don't want to put you out. But, since you insist... She gave the child a cheery wave and took her husband's hand, pulling him back toward the dancing. The Duchess looked at the little girl, who gazed fearlessly back. Jessica had told her Colonel Kirkpatrick had a young daughter, but today was the first time she'd met the child. You're Philippa, she said. Philippa Nora Nisa Kirkpatrick, was the reply with surprising confidence. Your father calls you Pippa. She nodded. Papa and Pippa. She was quiet for a moment. And now Mamma, since Army is gone. Army must be her mother, who had died a year ago. Her Grace nodded gently. She knew what it was like to lose someone dear. What is your name? Her Grace's brows went up. Sophia Constance St. James, Duchess of Carlyle. The little girl's nose wrinkled in disgust. Perhaps you will call me something else, suggested the Duchess, amused. Are you a dardie? Philippa asked, curiously. What is a dardie? Army's army. She gave me this before we came here on the ship. Philippa patted the gold and jade pendant on a string of pearls around her neck. It was far too ornate for a child, but